The universe. The incredible difference in scale between the tiny world we live in every day and the vastness of all time and space begs the question of whether we will ever really be able to fully grasp the fullness of the cosmos. But that doesn't stop us from trying. In fact, contemplating the great unknowns must be one of the oldest hobbies of the human experience. The pursuit has given rise to first religion, and then to philosophy, and then to people who make fun of religion and philosophy. We might never understand the entire universe, but we certainly can appreciate its complexity. Number 10. Extraterrestrial Intelligence. This is a very simple mystery. Is there other intelligent life in the universe? Carl Sagan reminds us that if we exist, then no matter how rare intelligence is in the universe, given how huge the universe is, we must have many neighbors out there somewhere. Frank Drake, an astrophysicist, created an equation that helps figure out how much intelligent life there is in the universe, and estimated that if only 1 in a billion planets has intelligent life, then there must be over 6 billion planets with intelligence on them. Enrico Fermi, however, pointed out that if life is that common, then it is virtually impossible that we haven't yet detected any signs of other intelligent life in the universe. So the real mystery is this: what is it about Earth that makes no one want to come and play with us? Number 9. The Tunguska Explosion. On the 30th of June 1908, or the 17th at the time, the calendar has been revamped since then, at 17:17 a.m. local time, something exploded over a region of forest in the Tunguska River Valley in Siberia, Russia. Locals many miles away saw something bright blue streak towards the area and explode with incredible force, sufficient to register on instruments all the way over in England. Later examination of the site showed that trees had been knocked down in a radial pattern from a central point, indicating an airburst of some kind. To this day, scientists aren't really sure what it was, and they generally think it was a meteor or a fragment of a comet. The question that remains is, why haven't we found any pieces of it? The mystery has certainly kept UFO aficionados up at night since then. Number 8. Rare antimatter. Matter and antimatter are in theory created at the same time by the same event. When a normal baryonic particle is created, an antiparticle of the same mass and opposite charge is also created. However, while we have created antimatter laboratories on Earth, we don't see it in the universe around us. No one seems to know what happened to all of the antimatter that should be out there. Number 7. Consciousness. What is the mind? Behavioral scientists say that it is just conditioned responses, but it's hard to deny that our ability to reflect on our own thoughts is something distinct and interesting. Is it a mere side effect of the way our brains work? And if so, how long will it be before a computer becomes self-aware and asks for equal rights? How can you tell true consciousness from something designed to simulate it? Further, can consciousness survive the death of the brain that carries it? These are a lot of questions, but until we have an equal conversation with either a robot or a ghost, we really won't have any answers. Number 6. Dark matter and dark energy. Current models of the universe and observations made by high-tech instruments point to there being an enormous amount of matter in the universe beyond what we can actually see. In fact, we can only seem to perceive about 4% of the stuff in the universe. The rest is invisible, or dark matter, a term that just means that we have no idea what it is. Accompanying this dark matter is some type of energy that, like dark matter, we can't perceive directly. We call this, in a moment of great inspiration, dark energy. Apparently, there's even more of this than there is dark matter. Different theories abound, but perhaps, as mentioned in entry number 10, most of the universe is just simply avoiding us. Number 5. Time. So you think you know what time it is? Well, try defining it without using any terms that rely on time. Because time is, well, it's time. It's what keeps every event from happening simultaneously, and it's what distinguishes something that happened in the past from something that will happen in the future. Is it a dimension, like space? Is it a quality of matter? Is it merely an illusion possibly created to boost the sale of digital watches? The smartest guys in the world get headaches over this one. Number 4. The beginning of the universe. How did the universe begin? Did the universe ever begin? If the universe includes everything that we know, including time, how could there possibly even be a before the beginning of the universe? Current theories generally talk about a Big Bang, which is a massive explosion of all matter and energy from a single point, which is still continuing through to the present day. But what started the bang? Where did all the energy and matter come from? Are these questions even meaningful? Number 3. End of the universe. Following the question of the beginning of the universe is the question of the end of the universe. Opinions vary on whether we can expect the universe to ever expire. There are several possibilities. One theory is that the universe will just continue to expand and eventually become so spread out that all matter and energy is just a homogeneous cloud of thin, lukewarm dust. Another is that gravity will eventually catch up with all the matter and the universe will slow down and fall back into a single point, which may spark another Big Bang. Yet another theory notes that baryons and protons, the building blocks of matter, don't seem to be being created naturally anymore, and if they decay, as some other particles do, the universe will simply fade out as all the particles just cease to be. In general, nothing untoward is expected to happen in the universe for many billion years, which will probably be quite the relief to those with long-term investments. Number 2. Multiple universes. Current quantum physics raises the possibility that there are many universes besides our own existing in the same space and the same time, but only interacting in certain limited ways. These universes may have their own separate histories and futures, and even their own laws of physics. This is all vague theory at the moment, but someday it might be possible to travel to the universe where your favorite singer won American Idol, or you could even visit with evil Spock. Number 1. Grand Unification Theory. For years, physicists have been trying to reconcile Isaac Newton's classical physics, what you use to play pool, Einstein's relativistic physics that involve very large or massive things at enormous velocities, and Heisenberg's and others' quantum physics. Quantum physics concerns things so small that you can't even measure them without changing the result. These three sets of physical laws tend to play by their own rules, largely ignoring each other, and yet they all relate to the same universe. And so physicists have hunted for the grand unification theory, which would substitute for all of these incomplete sets of laws and make sense of it all. Perhaps it doesn't exist, or perhaps it's just too complex for human minds to grasp. One way or the other, it's going to keep scientists arguing for a very long time to come. So I really hope you found that video interesting. If you did, please do hit that thumbs up button below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you find out when we put out new videos. And please do check out my other channel called Biographics. You will find that linked to below. And as always, thank you for watching.